Sorry, I had to put Fiona in there as well to see how this works out for them. I don't know if putting them in a confined space like this together is a good idea, but we're about to see how this works out. We interrupt this broadcast for a very special report. Fiona went in and immediately went for the fucking chew toy, which I'm sure is going to bother Kaya. Kaya starts barking at Fiona to play. Fiona, on the other hand, being the old bitch that she is most likely not going to play with her. She has refused to play with her every single time. Now Kaya is taking the chewy toy back, which Fiona will probably respond not kindly to. She has shown a little bit of toy aggression so far. I usually have to yell at Fiona and correct her behavior in times like this. We are awaiting. Fiona is now going for a separate toy, deciding maybe I can play with a different toy instead. That's a good thing. That's a good compromise, I think. Fiona did not like the secondary toy because the secondary toy does not have a chew toy inside of it. Fiona is now looking around, saying, what the fuck am I doing here? Why am I stuck in here? I'm not a little baby. Kaya not only has control over the chew toy, but wanted to play with Fiona, which allowed an opening for the chew toy. And now Fiona's going back to the chew toy itself. Kaya is taking advantage of this opportunity to smell Fiona's butt, and is now, she's getting all up in there. Getting all up in there. Get in there. That's how dogs learn about each other. Smelling the tail. Fiona is taking advantage of this opportunity to chew on the chew toy. Fiona, of course, is an older dog, which is why she is usually very quick with the destruction of chew toys, such as the one that takes a long ass time for Kaya to go through. Fiona, there. Okay, let's see. I opened up a space for Kaya to possibly go back and grab the chew toy. Will Fiona correct this behavior? Fiona, share the toy. Fiona's looking up at me like, what the fuck do you mean? Kaya's going in for the toy now. Fiona! No. Kaya, get the toy. Okay, I am changing the dynamic a little bit. Good girls, both of you. Good job. Sharing is caring. Hey. Girl. Kaya is now chewing on the chew toy instead. Fiona is looking around. I'll give him treats. Hold on. For her good behavior, Fiona gets a second fresh 7-inch bully stick, premium dog chew. Kaya, no, Kaya. Kaya is now being inquisitive about the bully stick, which is leading to Fiona grabbing the other bully stick. So now there's 2 bully sticks. Kaya has now, in the most dominant way possible, taken the other bully stick. She is such a fucking asshole. It blows my fucking mind. Fiona, on the other hand, is a very submissive, wonderful, beautiful dog who doesn't engage in asshole behavior like Kaya. Because Fiona's not a fucking asshole, even though Kaya is. Bully sticks are made from bull penis? Yes, I know. And it smells like fucking shit. But it also keeps these dogs occupied for literally hours on end. So I don't give a fuck. Super villain pup origin story, straight up. At least they're being good together. They are. They don't actually have like legitimate problems with one another, but they do actually. Kaya barks a lot, and I actually don't know. I actually don't know how to deal with that either. Like, I don't know how to train her not to fucking bark at Fiona all day every day. Having Kaya on a cage is so authoritarian of you. All socialists and communists are the same. You preach about equality and equity until they get into power and put you in a cage, just like you're doing to Kaya. Yes, I am doing that to Kaya. Kaya is such a diva. Treat her like Austin. It's the Tibetan Mastiff instincts. They bark a lot. Yeah, I know. Mongolshevik is correct. Tibetan Mastiffs are very loud and very vocal. Kaya, please free me. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. They're very loud. They're very vocal. They never shut the fuck up. They're not as bad as Huskies, but they do bark a lot. Like, a lot. But fine. I manage. Take a newspaper and whack her on the head when she barks. Some will say that's abuse. I say brown parents' upbringing. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Huskies are respectful. Shut the fuck up. No, they're not. Huskies are literally the most communicative dogs. It was Fish as hard to train as a puppy? I don't remember, honestly. I actually don't remember. I thought it was so easy to train because it's been so many fucking years. Like, I remember how cute he was as a puppy. I just don't remember how like hard it was. But I do think that Kaya is harder to train. I mean, look at this. Look at this fucking asshole. Look. You see this? She's such a fucking asshole. Like, she is literally an asshole, dude. Yes, Kaya currently is trying to get Fiona to play, which was a big mistake because Fiona's now using this as an opportunity to eat the chew toy that Kaya had stolen originally. Now Kaya has stolen the other chew toy that Fiona was playing with. Now the chew toys have swapped once again. Oh, Kaya is so possessive, no sharing. No. She's not barking because... She's currently not barking because she's possessive over the chew toy. She does not give a fuck about the chew toy. She does not have any toy aggression. Fiona does. Fiona is an older dog, and she's developed some level of toy aggression. The thing is, Kaya's barking because she wants to play. Kaya's barking because she wants to interact with Fiona, and she wants something back from Fiona. She wants Fiona to play back. Fiona, being an older dog, does not want to play with Kaya at all. This is unfortunate. Fiona does not give Kaya anything, which is ironic because that's what chatters wanted me to do. Chatters literally were like, why don't you respond to your dog when she's barking, you fucking animal? Guess what? You're not supposed to, and Fiona's doing the right thing. I would also want Fiona to maybe even bark more at Kaya and like scare her a little bit, but unfortunately she doesn't do that. She's too submissive to do that. It's just her, it's not in her personality. Has she met other dogs yet? Yes, she has met. She's with another dog right now. Don't you think keeping Kaya in a game with Fiona might have unforeseen consequences, like the top of the hour ad break while reading this message and forgetting the time? Yes, it does have an unforeseen consequence. I had a really good banger of a ad break segue, and now I gave it up to you. I was going to say I'm training them harder than I train you to avoid the top of the hour ad break by subscribing for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Or by getting gifted a sub if you're lucky. NB Chaos and Kaya, please free me. Thank you for the 5 and 10 gifted subs, allowing 15 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here's a 3-minute ad break now. When they first met, Fiona was actually correcting her really well when she was barking. I remember you were confused at first why Fiona was growling, but that was actually really good. It was teaching Kaya dog manners. Yeah, and now Fiona has decided that Kaya is untreatable. Exclusive, a solitary assistance fund that the Writers Guild and several of its prominent members. Here, I'll show you this, guys. Here's some good news. A solitary assistance fund that the Writers Guild and several of its prominent members have established to help non-members during the Guild's ongoing strike has now grown to over $2.2 million and has already helped more than 400 industry members. No, Fiona still growls at Kaya. She's doing it right now. You might not be able to hear it over the noise gate, but Fiona was just growling at Kaya when Kaya got too close to her face. Kaya, being the little bitch that she is bored of the attention she's not getting from Fiona and doing everything in her power. She will inevitably become a little bit more annoying and more of a nuisance. She's slowly but surely testing the boundaries, trying to see what she can get away with. Look, she's sticking her face into areas around. She's so fucking funny. She's so fucking annoying, but I love her so much. It's hard. I am expecting Fiona to literally turn around and, like, you know, chomp at her a little bit. She's getting so big. She's already 24 pounds, and she's literally about to complete her 3rd month of existence. She's a little bit smaller than a Tibetan Mastiff would be at this age, for the record. She is Tibetan Mastiffs at their 4th month are supposed to be, I have it right in front of me. Female Tibetan Mastiff weights at 3 months is 25 pounds to 40 pounds. This is her completing her 3rd month, and she's 24 pounds. So it's because she has chow chow in her. Yeah, 25 to 40 pounds is how big she's supposed to be right now. If she was like an actual full-blown Tibetan Mastiff. This is her last week of her 3rd month. If you move the bed out, would they have more room to exist slightly next to each other rather than on top of one another? No, that's deliberate. The bed is there to restrict her movement. It's on purpose. I'm doing it on purpose. Yeah, she's probably going to be around 30 pounds at 4 months, which is certainly much, much lighter than what she's supposed to be. So I guess the worms are responsible for some of the weight loss too. No. That could be the case, actually. You're right. At 6 months, like, their growth stagnates a little bit. Female Tibetan Mastiffs go from 30 to 45 pounds at 4 months to 35 to 60 pounds at 5 months. Sorry, 35 to 60 pounds. And then at 6 months, they go to 40 to 60 pounds. Probably max at 100 pounds due to the other breeds. Yeah. The DNA test I got was from Embark Vet. She is 11 weeks old. She's completing her 11th week, or she's on her 12th week now. Anything over 70 pounds is a large dog? Yeah, but I wanted a giant dog. I wanted a really big dog. Yeah, Embark Vet is the thing. I do not believe that she will be a giant dog. I hope that she will. I want her to be more than 100 pounds, but I don't think she will. Just trade her in for a larger model. Yeah. What happened to not caring about the search criteria anymore because you love Kaya specifically so much? I mean, that's the truth. What the fuck do you mean? How much was Fish? Fish was, I think, around 70 to 80 pounds. Look, look. She's barking at Fiona, and Fiona is growling at her while still chewing the fucking chew toy. Kaya is standing on top of Fiona, which Fiona is not liking. There's no way she takes kindly to that. My dog was a lab mixed mutt, and she was smaller than Kaya at 3 months. Maybe she was 20 pounds at that age, and she reached 108 pounds as a healthy adult. She will still look bigger with all that fluff. It's true. Ooh. Oh my God. Kaya is leaning into Fiona, like laying literally towards her belly. And every time she does that, Fiona growls aggressively. When will she reach her max weight? At a year and a half. Around a year and a half. Maybe a little bit before a year and a half. Puppies technically keep growing until they're 2 years old, but usually, you know, it caps out at around a year and a half usually. Puppies are all like this, and I have a dog even more patient than Fiona, and he's so reluctant to go aggressive, but he has taught a number of dogs manners and personal space. I've literally seen him pin a dog by a throat until she got the message. She was not socialized, so it was hard for her to read another dog. How is Kaya with Moran and the fam? Kaya is incredible with people, even though she does get a little puppy-like at times, and will then turn around and, chew on them or try to. How can you curb her barking as a pup? Adult Tibetans can bark, can shake a room. I'm gonna send her to training. Has she met black people yet? Yes, she met Trey, but that's it. That's the only black person she's met so far, and very briefly. You guys laugh. No, that's literally important. No, it's not a joke. No, stop laughing at that chatter. Yes, a lot of dogs are literally develop racist ass tendencies because they never fucking they never actually interact with like black people if they're, in a white family, and they literally will become racist. Like not but they'll bark at black people. Oh my God. Wait, my dog isn't around white people a lot. Will he be racist? Yes. Okay, it's literally impossible for your dog to never be around white people. So that's why it's different. White people are the, broad majority, the overwhelming majority of the American population. So that's why dogs are rarely ever anti-white races. Oh, she's pushing it. She's fucking pushing it, dude. Oh, Fiona's growling again. She's fucking pushing it. She's like, oh, she just learned now that she can get Fiona's attention by putting her fucking face all up in her face. Okay? Very quickly, she will most likely she will very quickly learn that that's probably a mistake. Because if she keeps pushing Fiona, Fiona is going to bite. But instead of going further and further in and investigating a little bit further, she's decided, never mind, I'll just go back to the other chew toy. Will size change the dynamic between them when she becomes a much larger dog? No. No, I don't think dogs are that aware of their size. I think it's significantly more important to just like teach a dog manners when they're young, and when they learn how to behave when they're young, it doesn't matter how big they are. Dogs don't know how big they are. Yeah, dogs don't understand size or strength, only authority. My friend's dog hasn't been around many white people and literally called me the C word once. So fucked up. Cats know their size because that's how wide their whiskers are. Okay, cats are fucking demonic, okay? I've seen the way cats fucking treat dogs. They will fuck dogs up no matter what size they are, okay? That doesn't mean cats can't be besties with dogs. They certainly can. I'm just saying territorial cats will fuck dogs up. They'll fucking claw their eyes out straight up. Anyway, let's get back to little Rhonda while this plays on the side. Okay, you guys can watch this, continue to watch this if you want, or you can watch Rhonda.
President, somebody like Fauci is in the government. I will bring them in, and I will tell them two things. You are fired.
You know, it's always bad for.
Oh, that's so lame. He used the Trump. Oh, God. He's still using Trump mannerisms, dude. That's so weak. You are so cucked. Ron DeSantis. Oh, she's barking back at Fiona now. She's trying to get attention.
Areas where Donald Trump has tried to draw contrast. He's been suggesting that there are high crime rates in the state of Florida. Obviously, he speaks as a sort of law and order candidate. But, you know, we were all present for 2020, and the National Guard was not deployed despite massive rioting in America's major cities. You, as governor of Florida, actually took some pretty strong positions on crime, up to and including providing stipends for incoming police officers. Maybe you can talk about that a little bit.
Well, first of all, Florida's crime rate is at a 50-year low. That's just a fact. And it hit a 50-year low during my administration. But a lot of that is because local people, local government, local law enforcement have done a good job. But it's hit a 50-year low while crime has been spiking in other places around the country. So we're counter trend for what's been happening in the United States. One of the main reasons families have moved to.
That's literally a lie. Crime has been getting lower everywhere. Everywhere is a 50-year low, not just Florida, you fucking asshole. God damn it. It's so dumb. I hate this. It's so fucking stupid.
Florida since I've been governor is because of public safety, because they know we're a law and order state. So that's delusional to say that somehow Florida, has bad crime. And you can see that in the migration patterns. People are leaving high crime areas and they're coming here. When the Floyd riots were going on in Minneapolis, I called out the National Guard in Florida immediately. I had state law enforcement deployed. We work with our local partners. We said very clearly, you're not burning cities down here. We'll put a stop to it if it happens. And sure enough, it didn't end up happening. We've also enacted legislation to crack down on rioters with tougher penalties. and to prevent local governments from defunding the police. But I think one of the things that we've seen is, under the Trump administration, he enacted a bill, basically a jailbreak bill. It's called the First Step Act. It has allowed dangerous people out of prison who have now reoffended and really, really hurt a number of people. So one of the things I would want to do as president is go to Congress and seek the repeal of the First Step Act. If you are in jail, you should serve your time. And the idea that they're releasing people who have not been rehabilitated early.
Wait, what? Is he shitting on fucking Donald Trump's First Step Act? Like one of the only
Step Act. Back down on rioters with tougher penalties and to prevent local governments from defunding the police. But I think one of the things,
dude, it's like one of the good things that Trump allowed to happen. He signed into law.
Things that we've seen is, under the Trump administration, he enacted a bill, basically a jailbreak bill. It's called the First Step Act. It has allowed dangerous people out of prison who have now reoffended and really, really hurt a number of people. So one of the things I would want to do as president is go to Congress and seek the repeal of the First Step Act. If you are in jail, you should serve your time.
Yeah, that's insane. And it would never, I don't think it would pass because like Republicans literally voted for it. That's psychotic, dude. Oh my God. He's trying to run to the right of Donald Trump, not realizing that the Republican Party and the American right is literally just the right, okay? Or is just Donald Trump, sorry. The American right is Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is the American right.
And the idea that they're releasing people who have not been rehabilitated early so that they can prey on people in our society is a huge, huge mistake.
I got to pee.
So Governor DeSantis, one of the big questions that comes up in the presidential election, happened in 2020, I'm sure it'll happen again in 2024, is Donald Trump claims that the 2020 election was rigged. And this raises a question. Even if you believe that that's true, how do you plan to reverse that sort of thing? If you're worried that the voting rules have changed, how do you plan to actually win, given the fact that 2020 didn't go the way that Donald Trump wanted it to go? Well, you obviously in the state of Florida took a very different tack, and you can see the results. You can see a 20-point shift between 2018 and 2020. Can you talk about your sort of on-the-ground strategy and how that would be different from what President Trump did in 2020 running against the Democrats?
The left is going to throw the kitchen sink at any Republican. You've got to be ready for that. So in 2020, we saw these states, largely because of the Fauci state of emergency for COVID, they used that as a pretext to change the rules, the way voting happened. They embraced this mail balloting and ballot harvesting. Of course, I think that that's wrong. But if I were the candidate, I would have gone in and combated that. Either had our people doing the same ballot harvesting or been more aggressive to try to head that off in terms of some of the legal challenges. I also look at how the federal government colluded with some of the tech companies to censor information, like the Hunter Biden story. That's election interference. It's totally unfair. But I would also point out that was Donald Trump's FBI and Donald Trump's DHS that was doing that. He didn't have control over his own agencies. If somebody in my government were doing that, they would have been fired the next day. And so you've got to take the responsibility.
What the fuck just happened? I walked back and she was standing on top of Fiona. He said he would rig the election. Half the chat is only looking at Kaya and Fiona, and the other half of the chat is only looking at little Rhonda. This is so funny. Kaya's fucking around too much, bro. Yeah, now you understand. Now that there's another dog in play, you now understand how much of a fucking annoying little asshole she can be as a puppy, okay? She is pushing her luck. I wish Fiona would just fucking snap back. She started upping the antics as soon as you left.
Ability as the candidate to shape the battlefield in a way that's going to be most advantageous to your side winning. So what I'll do, obviously in Florida, we did it very effectively, but nationally, you look to see what the rules of the game are. Yes, we ban ballot harvesting in Florida. That's what you should do. Yes, we ban Zuckerbucks in Florida. That's what you should do. However, not every state has done that. So if you're in a state like Nevada, that's a mass mail balloting state with ballot harvesting and Zuckerbucks, we will have organizations in place so that we can exploit that system. If you have it in Wisconsin, we will have organizations in place to exploit that system. I think telling people not to send in a mail ballot is a huge mistake, and it ends up reducing the pool of prospective voters. In Florida, we focused on some of these low propensity voters in my reelection. They usually vote in presidential, they don't always vote in midterm, and we converted a lot of them to vote. Most of them chose to vote by absentee ballot through the mail. That was their choice. If we told them you could only vote on election day, some of them very well may not have voted. So understand the battlefield. It's your responsibility as a candidate to head off that. But every single candidate that we would nominate is going to face this from the left, the Democrats, and the media. And what I've told people, if you nominate me, I'm not going to make excuses. I'm going to get it done, and we'll be sworn in as president on January 20th, 2025.
So Governor DeSantis, final question for you here, because I know you have to run. Now, President Trump has threatened to not participate in any primary debates, assuming that he will sort of be appointed by acclamation. What do you make of his threats not to engage in some sort of primary debate with any of the other candidates?
Well, look, I mean, I'm a blue collar kid. I started working for minimum wage. I learned very early on, I'm not entitled to anything. You got to earn it in this world. And I think this nomination is something people have to earn. Nobody's entitled to be nominated. And so I intend to earn it. I think those debates are an important part of the process. So Republicans across the country can size up candidates and see what they think. I look forward to participating in them because I think we've got a great story to tell. And I think that the contrast between me and some of the other candidates, I think will be favorable. And I think it'll help us win the nomination.
Well, that is Governor Ron DeSantis. He's got a big day and a big several weeks at the minimum lined up for him. Governor DeSantis, if you want to give to his campaign, head on over to rondesantis.com. Really appreciate the time and good luck.